Welcome back to Fat Butcher Rips. It is one day after release day for 2526 Upper Deck Series 1. My original order got delayed. I got antsy. I went and picked up one box to check it out. So if you're ready, let's rip. All right, one box. Okay, one hobby box. What are we going to expect to see? We expect to see 6 Young Guns. We expect to see a lot of inserts. We expect to see 1 Dazzlers at least. Some canvas, some other things. Maybe I'll flash some of the stuff up on the screen. Maybe I won't, but pretty standard stuff, right? It's flagship. All right, so we'll check out the first card. Brendan Dillon gets the honor this year. Nice design, super clean. Still a little bit of an issue with, reading with the foiling, but it's nice. I'm a fan. I always like kind of understated, so no issues for me. I'll go a little slower in this one box than I typically do, and certainly when I start opening this with a little bit of quantity, we'll pick up the pace. But we'll take our time, enjoy 25-26 first time around. Barclay Goodrow, Shane Gotsis-Baher, I butcher this, sorry guys. Matt Coronado, Shifley, and Encore, the kind of retro Encore. These are, the blue is kind of the equivalent of like a speckle. You get one of these every, I think 3 boxes or so, 1 in 36 on the blue Encores. Miro Heiskanen and sizzle reel of Mason McTavish. If you don't know, the QR code here will take you to a video of that moment, which is a pretty cool little thing. Like design itself, I don't mind. I don't love. It looks a little bit like, for those of you who are old enough, Siskel and Ebert at the movies. It's kind of like, Ghostbusters or something should be in this spot, but not too shabby. Connor Ingram, Jacob Middleton, Cole Sillinger, and Christopher Tanev. And that is one pack down. Here we go. We're off and running. Flagship 25-26. Good stuff. All right, Quentin Byfield, Macklin Celebrini year 2, looking, I don't know, fierce or something. Sam Carrick, Matty Beniers, and another sizzle reel. This one is of our friend Cole Perfetti. Scan that up for a good time. Matthew Robertson, not one of the young guns you would be targeting. Gabe Perreault is the Ranger you want, but first Young Guns of the year for me is Matthew Robertson, so you will always have that. William Eklund, this is the new Portraits. I've heard a lot of people opening this talking about how the Portraits is like a Netflix crime documentary, and I get it. Me, as a Star Wars nerd, this to me is like Darth Vader with his helmet hacked in half and, Anakin's face sitting behind it. Either way, it's a little creepy, but also fun. Portraits, there's only so many things you can do with them, and they definitely went in a direction. Nicholas Roy, let's see. Oh, Beecher, John Beecher, Michael Rasmussen, Pierre-Luc Dubois, and Andrei Vasilevsky. Puck heading to the glove. Nice action shot. All right, we've got a Young Guns in the books. What else can we find? We've got Bobrovsky and Forsberg, Henrique and DeBrusque, and as we mentioned, speckles are kind of the base variation or parallel. They don't carry a ton of extra. These are the tracking systems, Shesterkin. I actually like the speckle look on these, but not a ton of value. First canvas of the year is Will Smith, and I do like the canvas design this year. Happy Will Smith. Good for you to enjoy your young career. Wouldn't mind getting a Young Gun canvas here just to check it out because I do think the design is nice. And another one of the more common inserts, goal-oriented Austin Matthews. Not bad. All right, Luosterainen, Devon Taves, Varlamov, Sundqvist, and Patrick Laine with the Habs. All right. It's a good looking set this year. I certainly, there's not one unifying theme of the inserts like there was last year, but I don't know that that's a bad thing because I didn't really love the unifying theme. So Elias Pettersson, not the Young Gun Pettersson that's in here. Ilya Lyubushkin, Amadio, Peyton Krebs, Lucas Raymond. This is yet another speckle. This one is Brant Clark on the portrait speckle, and Grubauer tracking systems. So we're getting a fair number of speckles and blues, so nothing crazy. Paul Cotter, Mikey Anderson, let's see, Eric Branson, Stefan Nason, and Yaroslav Askarov. So definitely a bit of a struggle on the base reading the names. So when I'm opening this at scale, that'll be less troublesome because I tend to skim the base, which is helpful. Cam Fowler, Rasmus Dahlin, Matthias Michelli, Braden McNabb, Austin Matthews. Another of kind of the more base inserts. This is Bustle. This reminds me a bit of Checkpoint, and it's just kind of there. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Carson Dort and Steven Stamkos is goal-oriented. We will soft sleeve Carson Dort, our second Young Gun. He is, again, not a targeted Young Gun. And this class has like at least 15 guys who you probably don't feel too bad about pulling. So, and that's good. Zadorov, Robert Thomas, Jackson Blake, and Anze Kopitar heading towards retirement. So always nice to pull a Kopitar while he's still in the game. And our checklist, I do like checklists. Niels Höglander, Nick Suzuki, and Bobby Brink, and Ryan Pelling. Thomas Harley, Dazzlers. So I usually am a big Dazzlers guy, and I do like this year's Dazzlers. Actually, I think I've got, hang on one second, where is it here? I had opened a Series 1 from last year. It's got a bit of that breaking news vibe to it, a little bit poppier, but I can see some similarities there, so don't mind that one at all. Thomas Harley, Ross Colton is a canvas, and Naz Kadri on the creepy portraits. Nico Hischier, Pospisil, Richard Raquel, and Kulikov, who is injured at the moment, so rest up. All right, let's see. Zach Rowensky, Jensen, Ilya Mikheyev, my suddenly hot Blackhawks, Casey Kazikis, Mikhail Sergachev, nice Macklin Celebrini on the encore, and Mr. Draisaitl Sizzle Reel, and Mark Gatcomb. Mark Gatcomb is my Young Gun. Zach Hyman, Tyler Myers, Brendan Gallagher, and Wenberg. Okay, we're kind of 0 for 3 on Young Guns. Still got 3 to go. Would love to get one of the 15 to 20 guys who are pretty solid. Darnell Nurse, Morgan Riley, Tyler Toffoli, Mason McTavish, Connor Geeky, and that qualifies. This is a silver outburst of Ryan Leonard. We're going one touch on this. This is a great looking card. I love the silver outburst. Probably the best thing Upper Deck's done in a long time. So let's celebrate it right down the middle here, right down the barrel. That is awesome. This was looking a little dicey. It is less dicey immediately. Kent Johnson, Sizzle Reel, Patrick Laine portrait, and we have got Logan O'Connor, Connor Murphy, Pyotr Kochetkov, and Jason Robertson. That is outstanding. Ryan Leonard, probably a top 5-ish young gun in here. So you got what? Demidov, obviously. Didn't really talk about it. But Demidov, Levshinov, Snuggerud, Zane Perek. And at that point, then it's like, you take your pick. Mr. Leonard here, Gabe Perot, Rinzel is my guy, Matthew Wood. I mean, just a lot of interesting prospects for a carryover set, which typically it's a little dicier. So Rasmussen, Dean, we got there Adam Pellick, David Gustafson. It looks like we've got oh no, Troy Terry canvas. I thought this was something else. I thought it was going to be a Young Guns canvas. Yanni Neumann, that's not bad. Gensel on the compositions, another one of these kind of, they're fine. They're very interchangeable. Matthew Kachuk, that's a nice photo. Truba, Lazan, Samuelson, and Parker Kelly. Okay, so I think Yanni here is our best young gun to date. No doubt of the non Outburst young gun variety. We'll put it that way. All right. Alexiak, Bertuzzi, Andrew Kopp, Jakob Trenin. Yep, Jakob Trenin. Vince Dunn on the Encore. Dustin Wolf, Tracking Systems. Hey, there's another. There's one. Honestly, should have been in my top 5 to 10 conversation. Dalibor Dvorsky. He is a good one. Good-looking young player, already getting a nice opportunity. That's a dub. I like Dvorsky a lot. Despite the fact I didn't remember his name just a minute ago. But it's a good sign when you can list off that many good young guns and forget someone as talented as Dvorsky. So, Rupe Hintz, Colton Sissons, Adam Fox, Miro Heiskanen, and this is a red to 199. It is red 199 of Tage Thompson on Quest for the Cup. I actually really like these as well. These Quest for the Cups have a very, like, Lord of the Rings style feel. Like if Frodo is down here marching his way up to get to the cup, I wouldn't be shocked at all. Yeah, it's numbered. We'll go ahead and toss it in a top loader just for fun. Maybe not on the stand. For whatever reason, yeah, we'll put it over here. For whatever reason, that Will Smith is hanging out by itself. I think I fully intended to separate the canvas and then I forgot. So my apologies on that. All right, one last pack means one last young gun, hopefully. Sam Lafferty, Nathan McKinnon, Dickinson, McCarron, Pavel Mintykov, Steven Stamkos, tossing a puck in the crowd. Man of the people, Luca Cagnoni. A nice little Connor Bedard Quest for the Cup. I like that card. Brian Rust, Protas, who's off a super hot start, Engvall, and Stuart Skinner, who contributed to the 3 straight games at home for the Rangers where they were shut out. So I don't know if that says Skinner is the man or if that means the Rangers are not. And I have a bunch of cards here that I must have just stopped. I'm pretty sure I stopped after an Outburst and Dvorsky. And anyway, Compadre is another one of the kind of the standard inserts, hugging it up for Aho and Svechnikov. Toffoli compositions, Letang, Lindholm, Olmark, Talbot, and Chatfield. And then I had a bit of base, Felinos, Stamkos, Chabot, and Pesci. So, one box in the books. A lot more boxes to go, but this was a really good start for one random box. Let me pull some stuff together real quick. We'll take a quick recap, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, very quick recap. We had a good number of inserts, as you would expect. Amongst those inserts, we had a couple of speckles. We had Sturkin, and Brant Clark Speckle. We had a blue of Quinn Hughes. We got our 1 Dazzler, Thomas Harley. We got 4 canvas cards. I like that Will Smith. And then we got, you know, a couple of tracking systems, a bunch of the Encores, Celebrini, a couple of the Goal Orienteds, some of the creepy portraits, 1 Bustle, 1 Cup Quest, 1 Compadres, a couple of compositions, and some sizzle reels, which, as a reminder, are a good time because you can scan them and actually see the highlights. Then we got our 6 proper young guns. We got Luca Cagnoni, who I think actually is a good sleeper, looks like a really good offensive option as a smaller defenseman. Yanni Neiman, or Newman, however you want to pronounce it, or maybe something altogether different. Also another solid in a kind of mid-range young gun. Gatcombe, Carson Dewart, and Matthew Robertson. And then we did get our numbered card. Tage Thompson, red Cup Quest for $199. He will be questing that cup for a while in Buffalo. They seem to be working their way towards Gavin McKenna. Best proper young gun, Dalibor Dvorsky, by far, despite the fact that I couldn't remember his name there for a bit. And best pull of the box, 1 single box, silver Outburst young gun of Ryan Leonard. Pretty cool stuff. So 1 box in the books, plenty more to come. Really excited about the direction this is going. So look forward to opening up quite a bit more here in the very near future. So thanks for joining me. Please, if you get an opportunity, comment, like, subscribe. As I always say, I don't know what it does, but it must do something good. So please do that for me. And I will catch you in the next one.